Not streamer, you are so freaking sweet. Can you hear me good? I can never tell if my thing's working. I'm hoping you can hear me. Hi, or excuse me, not hi, merhaba, not streamer. Okay, great. Nappy Orson. Okay, hang on. I still have my notes here. Um, just streaming. No big deal. İyi akşamlar, because it's like 11 o'clock where you're at. Hey, text. Hello. Did I steal you from Kita? You got two streams up. Let's see here. I'm excited for today's stream. Gonna be awesome. Hang on. I'm just posting in all of my Discords that I'm live. Baby napping, trying to get some editing done, and an animation made. You multifaceted talent over here. What the heck? You'll have to share some of your stuff. I don't remember seeing anything in your server of your. Do you not share your animation stuff? Is that not? You're third. You're third in the chat. Not streamer beat everybody. He's amazing. And then textual second. Third's still good. Hello. Oh, hey. Badly Hurt Alpha. You're from Kita's. You'll see I'm not an animator. You know what? I'm working on a project. An animation project. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited. Nice to see you. I'm like so in love with Kita's stream. I love watching it. He like streams every single day. It is for Cherry. A few weeks ago, it was a few weeks ago, she was like, I'm working on a project, and it's this big surprise, and I thought it was for her book, because I'm, like, a huge fan of her book, Elemental. Yeah, get wrecked, Ellen. I did just pop on Kita's thing, or on the Discord. Cherry, you're here. I wasn't expecting you. I was just talking about you. Cherry, obviously, I'm your crazed #1 fan. Of course, I'm just talking about you when you're not around. So a few weeks ago, Cherry was like, I'm working on a project. It's super top secret. And I thought it was going to be something really cool for her book, because I'm like a #1 Elemental fan. It was like the first book that I read on Wattpad where I was like, oh, dang, there's like real books on Wattpad. This is so cool. And I flipped out and I sent it. It was like the first book that I actually like recommended to other people on Wattpad. So Elemental was a huge book for me. Because at that point, I don't even think I had posted my own book. And I was just like reading, like going like a reading marathon, like reading probably like 3 or 4 books a week. And just like really, really amateur stuff, but still fun to read. And then I got to Elemental and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually really good, like well put together. Anyways, so that's my background on Elemental. So she posted, I'm working on this like super top secret project. And I thought it was going to be like a cool like character thing or something to do with Elemental, or maybe some of like I like had all these, and I thought about it on a regular basis. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a mashup of all of her characters from her other books or something along those lines. And it was not. It was actually something for heroin. So I was so excited. It was that a few weeks ago, during my last first impression review, I had brought up that I had like this idea for a cover, And Cherry, that's the project she was working on all that time. So, and it is so cool looking. However, when I posted, I was like, okay, this has got to be my cover, right? This is like, it was a amazing cover. And I went to go change it on my Wattpad, and I could not see jack from like looking at it from my phone. So, and we'll talk about that today when I go over the covers. But anyways, I was very bummed because it's so, but I do look at it regularly. It is in the body of my Wattpad book. So yeah, you can see it up close and personal. I loved it. Greetings, Tellurians. Hello, Mama Rednacks. Welcome to the chat. And thank you for the follow. I don't know what a Tellurian is, man. Looks cool though. I'm excited for today's stream. I think I'll give it, actually, I'm just going to get right into it. So a couple of weeks ago, I, had done I was like, oh, I'll do like a first impressions review, like rapid fire thing. And now I think where I just review of the Wattpad books, or if anybody from Inkit or what's that new one I just downloaded? Royal Road. Yeah, Royal Road. It's like calling someone an earthling, but a way cooler word. Oh, it is a way cooler word. Thank you. I am an earthling. Love Tellurians. I'm guessing it's from some very cool show or some very cool movie or some very cool book. So, anyway, so I had decided I was going to do these first impression reviews because I always include it as part of my full review as like, okay, why did I choose this book? Like, what is my first impression and why did I decide to read this one in particular? So I go over the cover, the title, the summary, and the tags. And I was like, well, this only takes me a little bit, so I can do a lot of these and give a lot of people feedback in in one stream. So I think I'm going to do this like at the first of every month, the first Friday of every month. I'll probably do like 10 because I think that's about how much time I have, probably about 10 of these first impression reviews for anybody who wants it. So if you are watching and you're thinking, oh, okay, I would like a first impression review of my book, I'll be doing it again in just a few weeks. So I'll do this once a month, and then I'll just do the first 10 people who apply. As long as I haven't already done a first impression review of that book, it's basically first come, first serve, no other criteria necessary. So anyways, that's the plan. So that being said, let me go over again what I'm going to be going over. So for the first impressions, I'm going to be going over the cover, title, summary, and tags. So of course we are going to be, we're going to be judging books by their cover. Everybody does. It's very, very important to have a good cover. It is how people are going to be selecting your book, right? Your cover absolutely needs to be grab somebody's attention. It's what's going to snatch you from this is like from the masses. You need to have a good cover of your book. It can make or break whether or not anybody reads it, if it's crappy or if it's good, so it's very important. You want it to convey the genre and the tone of the actual story. You don't want it to be off theme or anything like that. And I would say attractive covers, although there's some pretty cool ones who don't have like attractive colors or like striking colors and they're still super, super good. Hang on. I just realized the lighting in here is not great. Anyways, so some of my pet peeves for when I'm looking at covers, when it's like, oh, this could have been so much better, is it's not necessarily a pet peeve. It's just like areas of improvement that I see frequently on book covers, especially on Wattpad, is if there's too many images, or if the image is too complicated. That's something that you see. And always keep in mind, like I just mentioned, always keep in mind that a lot of people are just reading this from their phones, okay? So you really make sure that whatever it is, it's like clear and simple, or at least like the focal point of the cover is like big enough so that you can see the important stuff about the cover. Kind of like hold your phone back and kind of blur your eyes to see like, how is somebody who is looking at this for the first time, among like just scrolling through their phone, going to see this. This is how you should look at your own cover, right? When you're making decisions on, or when you're editing your cover or creating it. I don't like the little details, or if you can't read the font, or if there's a lot of wording. I've seen people put like a whole paragraph on their cover, which is not a good idea. I haven't seen that a lot, but I have seen it. Or if there's like a ton of like, I want to call them stickers. So it's like, oh, Wattpad 2024 shortlist. If I see that, I'm probably going to read it, you know? And then there's like, oh, Ambi Awards. And it's like, say they have like 15 stickers, and it's like, and I forget what is it like banner? What is that? What is the word for that? Anyways, if you see stuff like that and there's a lot of it, then it kind of takes away from the cover. Although, I mean, if I won a bunch of awards, I'd be hard pressed not to put them all on the cover of my book. I mean, like, look at how exciting this book is. I would just be careful. Now, okay. And then with the title, so that's basically what we should be looking for on the cover. And I'm going to be going over this as if I am scrolling through Wattpad. You know, like my reviews are going to be based off of just being a reader. Would I select this book? The title is also really important. It needs to be relevant. It needs to be concise. It needs to spark curiosity. It should be on theme. It should be memorable and unique, right? One of the things that you don't want it to be is too vague or generic, or overly complicated, misleading, or cluttered. So one of the things that I see a lot of is like the books that start with of shadows and snow, or like I see a lot of that, but sometimes they are like of shadows on the thorny road or whatever. Like it's like long and it doesn't make any sense. Of mice and men, yes. No, it's a really popular thing in like fantasy romances right now, is that will they'll have like of thorns and roses. I think that's a real book somewhere. I haven't read it. Or the court of this, blah, blah, blah. So there's like a lot of stuff like that. And it's just Court of Thorns and Roses. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I've read that series. I just realized that's that fairy smut series. That is the only smut I've read. Oh, it made me so uncomfortable. It started from a fantasy book named Generator, I swear. Yes, fairy smut. And my sister was like, oh my gosh, you're going to love this. It's fairies. And I had just finished the Folk of the Air series, which is fairies too. Who would have thought fairies would be so interesting? I love that series so much. And I have like the sequel, and I have everything from Holly Black. Those books are amazing. Anyways, but the Autor series was way too much, especially when you get to the last book. Ugh. Someone told me I'd love the second book after I slogged through the first, and then the second one was worse than the first. Yeah, so I was like, I'm a big plot and character person. Like, I want an exciting plot and I want interesting characters. And I feel like that book is like, let's get okay characters and okay plot, but then fill in all the gaps with excellent smut. So I think that's why those books are so popular. There was one of those like Facebook memes about your fantasy book is your birthday plus the first letter of your last name, color of your shirt wearing, and you go down the list and yes, okay, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, so I see there's a lot of stuff like that. Anyways, put some thought into your title. I mean, a lot of people have like cute ideas. I had an example from last month where it was somebody's title was Idiots to Lovers. I just love that title. I think that is you get exactly what you need, right? It's like a comedy fantasy or a comedy romance, Idiots to Lovers. Why am I stuttering? No, this would be terrible if my stutter came back. I didn't have a stutter. I just stammer. Excuse me. But anyways, we want something, like I said, simple, memorable, unique, something that sparks curiosity. I've seen ones where it's just a person's name. You're going to be curious about a person's name. You know, like there's lots of different things you can go with. I don't have a lot to say on the title, even though I feel like I've been talking for freaking ever. So sorry about that, everybody. Okay, so now the summary, Emma. Yes, that's my favorite book. So yes, I guess that makes sense. Let's see here. The summary is really, really important. I know a lot of people, okay, so the summary is really important. However, a lot of people skip the summary. A lot of people read the summary and rely on the summary to get hooked on the book though. So I feel like people should be spending time making sure that their summary rocks, using it as a tool to hook more readers, but not necessarily relying on it entirely. Definitely make sure whatever themes you're like, don't assume people are reading your summary. Like I said, a lot of people skip them. I read them, but if they're crazy long, I'll skip straight to the tags because I always consider the tags as like bullet points of what the summary should be, bullet points of the books. What should I expect? So it's like a word cloud is the tags, where the summary is like, okay, I'm getting a taste of the writing style, first of all. So if the summary makes no sense, or it's too wordy, or it's too flowery, or there's a lot of grammatical errors, I'm going to be like, oh, pass. If this is what they've worked on to be the face of their book or the back jacket of their book, the inside is probably going to be even worse, you know, because you always put what you want as your first impression of the book. Is I'm imagining you spent some time on it. If it sucks, then the rest of your book is probably going to suck, right? Spend time on the summary, because even some of the people who skip it still skim it for keywords. Yep, that's a good point. I read them and decide to add it to my list based on it. Then I slowly get around to the book and don't reread the summary, so I go in blind. Ellen, you're a genius. You're the best. Yeah, so I would say, like, as a reader, like, I was talking to somebody, I was on a different stream. Was it a different stream? Maybe it was just my stream last week. Thought this be madness, there be method to... though this be madness, there be method to it. Yes. Okay, so I was talking to somebody... No, I wasn't talking to somebody. Last week during my stream, we had talked about prologues and how some people skip the prologue, which I think is insane. I would never skip a prologue. I will skip an introduction, not on Wattpad, but in real life, I will skip the introduction. In real life, published books is what I mean. Wattpad books are real life, sorry. But I would never skip a prologue. That's insane that people skip a prologue. It usually has such important information. Sometimes it doesn't, but a lot of times you're like, you need to read the prologue. Otherwise, nothing's going to make sense. It's like that in my book, at least. You need to read the prologue. Otherwise, you're going to be like, who's James? What did he do? Like, what did Rose do? Like, it's brought up too much, you know? So anyways, summary is really important. You want to hook your readers. It needs to be concise. One of the huge things I see with some of the summaries is that they're just way too long with information that's just not helpful. A great way to shorten your summary is to write it like everything that you think is interesting about your book. Okay, write your summary and then go back and see if you can shorten it. So go back and see, like, okay, well, can that information wait until they actually read the book? Is that making it intriguing? Do I need to add these details? I don't need a description of this world, because that will come in the first chapter during the world building, whatever. Just remove the vowels. Yeah. If there's a way to shorten it, but still keep the essence of it, then totally do that. Oh, and I said identify the essence or the theme of the book. If it is steampunk, it should read like you should be getting kind of like you're getting a sample of the book, right? Some people use excerpts from their book as their summary. I've seen that actually a lot, and I've seen it work really well. If it is like perfect, if it captures the characters, the dialogue, the tension, like I've seen it work fine. Sometimes it really doesn't. So there's that. You can introduce the protagonist, make them care enough about the protagonist to want to go on a journey with them through the summary. Like, oh, Julie was a hardworking chick who ended up falling off a train and had amnesia. Join her as she tries to piece together her life or whatever. Like, it's like, oh, okay, so Julie's the main character. We have the basic plot. We have like the inciting incident. Do I care? She fell off a train and poor girl hurt her head, and like that's the story. So maybe we can get a little bit more about the main character. That's always cool if you can introduce the protagonist and kind of who they are, because especially if you're going to be reading about that person the entire time, you want to know, is this somebody that I want to read about for 6 hours of my life? Include the setting if it's relevant, and then end on a cliffhanger. Incite that curiosity, tease us and make us want to read more. That's the whole point of the summary, right? And will I like this? But like, it's like, okay, will I like this? But meanwhile, the author is grabbing their claws into you. Okay, bye, badly hurt alpha, is trying to get you to come into their book, right? Build suspense and with cliffhanger, but really, really, really keep it concise if you can. You definitely don't want it to be too long or detailed. Leave out that stuff for the book. And then don't include spoilers, and just get rid of anything irrelevant. You don't want to include anything that doesn't really belong. Now, the tags, like I mentioned before, I kind of think of these as bullet points for the book. Like kind of what am I supposed to expect from here? In Wattpad, they're used for the algorithm, for ranking, to create their hot list, for searching, to like basically to help you find for your audience to find you, for your readers to find you. So that's what they're used for. You can do up to 25 tags. They have to be one word with no special characters. That doesn't include a hyphen. A hyphen's fine. And anyways, so that's the way I think about it. You want it to have the theme, the genre, the setting, only if the setting is interesting. Any like type of connections to, maybe if it's a fanfic, you want to put like Harry Potter, you want to put fanfic. Any like special events, JFK assassination, something like that. Any emotions. I've seen like revenge, happy ending, stuff like that, and any plot points. That's all really important. I would say, so I always do this is what you should be thinking when you're creating your tags. So we have the genre, the main genre, which would be fantasy, comedy, romance, historical fiction, whatever, okay, or fiction, general fiction. The subgenre. This is where people totally miss out on opportunities all the time. Look up subgenres for comedy. Is it like, or look up subgenres for fantasy, urban fantasy, modern fantasy, there's so many cool subgenres for all of these genres. Look it up, include it as a tag. You just Google subgenre to fantasy, subgenre to sci-fi, where like, especially sci-fi, because it's like sci-fi means so much, if it's medical sci-fi or space opera, or there's just so much that you can do with a subgenre. Definitely look it up. The theme, Comingo phage, otherwise known as coming of age, is a good one. Courage, redemption, cheating, revenge, survivor. The settings, 1950s, futuristic, New York, Middle Earth, farm, wilderness, small town, city. I feel like if you're including the setting, it needs to be a place where you think your readers want to go. Okay. Flamingo mage. Yeah, that one. The mood, you can include the mood, feel good, angsty, dark, depressing, happy, love, romance, blah, blah, blah, like, pardon you. Okay, and then wild cards. And this is where a lot of people will like include way too specific tags. But wild cards would be something like basketball, immigration, arranged marriage, baking, like something that's like really, really, it's not necessarily a genre or subgenre. It's really specific to your story, but you think it's an interesting aspect of your story. And it's, again, not too specific. I've seen people will put the names of their characters, the name of their book as like one of their wildcard tags. I would say don't. It's too specific. People who haven't read your book aren't going to know what you're talking about. The point of the tags is to get people interested in your book. Okay. Now, I'm going to, when I'm reviewing these books, this is under the guise of would I read this book? Now, there is, this has been on my like front page of my Wattpad for like a week now, and it's driving me crazy. So I'm going to include this Wattpad book. Sorry, no hate on Wattpad books and amateur authors, but I cannot stand the cover of this book, and I need to share it. And why I can't stand it. So this book, The Shy Girl Has a Gun by Make an Offer. I don't know what that is. And it has a girl in lingerie wearing the craziest stiletto boots. Gosh, The Shy Girl Has a Gun. It's so impractical. It's so trashy. I can't, every time I look at this, I'm like, oh my gosh, who made this? This is insane. It's like, it just makes me uncomfortable. It like, I'm just like, I want to feed her, this girl, and I want to give her like tactical gear. Like if she is going to be shooting people, like the kickback on these guns and the balance, like it's like immediately I'm just like, ew, no. However, the theme is here, right? It's sexual. It's probably really cheesy and amateur. The title is nice and big, so you can read it. Like it's clear. The focal, like it. This is actually a pretty good cover. It has 42 million reads. So like, yeah, like, oh hey, Struggo. This book has 42 million reads. So I hate this. I would never read anything that looked like this whatsoever. However, this is a strong cover because you are luring in people who are like, yes, I would love to read something pervy and amateur. Bring it on. That's why I came to Wattpad. Going to read something entirely unrelated. So anyways, I wanted to share this because in my opinion, this is a terrible, terrible cover for me. But for a lot of people, they're going to see this and be like, yes, sign me up. So anyways, I just wanted to share that before we get into mine. Because I'm basically going under the guise of would I read this? This book, I would not read something like that. That's not the type of book I like to read. Anyways, that's a example of probably something that something to keep in mind when I'm reviewing these covers is maybe Missy won't like it, but maybe a million other people will love it. So writing something entirely unrelated. Oh my gosh. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to go into my first impressions. So I'm going to try and get through all of these. So I said like, oh, okay, I'm only going to do 10. And then I ended up doing, hang on a second. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this really quick. Can everybody read the chat? I think we're good. So anyways, I got more than 10. So I'm going to try and get through all of them. But I did say I was going to stop at 10. But some people were like, oh, can you please do mine too? I did miss the cutoff. So we'll see. Sturgeon is the good one. Okay, let's see here. So we're looking at Paladin of the Peaceful Lady. This is the cover here. The title is nice and bold on there. I like the font choice. Looks like the sizes of the font are a little bit, kind of goes from big to small here. And then I can't really see what this picture is of. But my initial reaction is that this is some type of a war book, Paladin of the Peaceful Lady. So as far as like my first impression of the cover, like that's what I think when I see it, is like, okay, this is some type of like war, maybe disaster. The fire obviously is some type of disaster thing. Paladin of the Peaceful Lady. So either the Peaceful Lady is a person, or maybe it's a ship or something. Are they on a ship? I don't know. She's peaceful, Missy. I like the title. I have no issues with the title, Paladin of the Peaceful Lady, because it is a little bit interesting, I would say. Using a word like paladin is pretty cool. You don't hear paladin very much, although maybe you do if you're in D&D. Isn't that like a D&D thing, paladin? I don't know. Anyways, Paladin of the Peaceful Lady. Yep. Oh my gosh, I talked to the coffee guy today. He told me that he was like doing he was like running a campaign, and I was like, oh, I've always wanted to watch a I've wanted to be a part of one, but I feel like I couldn't. I don't have the time or like the knowledge to do it. It's Drake's backstory. Paladin of the Peaceful Lady? Oh, Drake had everything okay, hang on. I see. Let's see here. Let's go into the summary. Thank you. Okay, so one thing that I also always look at is the time. So 3 hours and 40 minutes. Oh, it's ongoing, so that's not finished. But that's definitely not too long so far. Ooh, and look at us with a nice short summary already. Drake had everything he wanted: loving wife, happy, healthy children, land he could farm and call his own. He had carved out his own piece of paradise in the mountain valley far from civilization and his old adventuring life. Now that peace had been shattered, he must take up a new mantle, swear an oath to a new power, and become a paladin once again to save his family and defend the way of life he has come to love. Okay. Great summary. I love the summary. I do have a suggestion already. So make the inciting incident. Can you see? Yes, you can see where I'm highlighting. Okay. So he had carved out his own piece of paradise in the mountain valley far from civilization and his old adventuring life. So this is like, this reminds me of like the beginning of a lot of like action adventure movies, or something like starring Bruce Willis, where it's like, oh, he's out in the woods, he's retired, he's moved on from his violent past, and I love stories like that. So this is me saying like, this is great. So I would say, let's make the inciting incident a little bit more interesting. So it says, now that peace has been shattered. Let's talk a little bit more about that. How has it been shattered? Did something happen to him personally? Like, you don't have to give away spoilers, but I would say amp that up a bit. Let me look. Okay. It's so fun. Basically, the goal of any D&D game is to derail the DM's plan, the Dungeon Master's plan, as much as possible, and see what crazy stuff you can get away with. Remove the comma after now. Okay, yeah. Okay. Paladins are like soldiers, but religious, by the way. And add the Oxford comma after power. Okay. We love an Oxford comma. So gladiator. Yeah, gladiator. Yeah. So I feel like that would be my biggest recommendation on this summary, is to make the inciting incident a little bit more interesting. And if it is a cool world, like, I want a little bit more on the setting too, if we can get it. Like, is this modern? Is this a different like universe? Is this like medieval times? Is this like 500 years ago? Like, maybe is it futuristic? Is it just like something different altogether? Maybe we can get a little bit more on the setting in the summary. And then also, let's bring up the inciting incident a little bit more. I love the Drake's background. Everything's peaceful, because I'm interested in kind of who Drake is. I want the case file scene, like, oh, it's Jason. My goodness, that's Jason Bourne. He killed 5,000 people with just a paperclip, that type of thing. I would love something not like cheesy like that, but I'm immediately interested in who Drake is and why he's pulled into being a paladin, what he be farming. Yeah, so I feel like there's definitely opportunity for improvement. I think it's actually already pretty great, but if you're looking to improve, there's my recommendation. Chat, if you have anything, absolutely recommend a way, just like Cherry, remove the comma after now, add the Oxford comma after power, and we're good. Now tags, action, adventure, combat, D&D. Oh, I was right. Fantasy, half elf. Woo! High fantasy, knight in shining armor, magic, medieval, paladin, vengeance, violent, young adult. I would read the crap out of this based on those tags in that. Also, the first comma in the first sentence should be a colon. Drake had everything he wanted, colon, loving wife, happy, healthy children. Okay, thank you, Cherry. Cherry, you're so fantastic. Okay, I love these tags. We have room for more. I don't even know what I would add, though, because I don't know enough about the story. Maybe I would look up more D&D style tags to this, maybe to add to it. I can't not correct grammar mistakes. Yeah, I love that. Half elf. That sounds really cool. High fantasy. Love that. Magic, medieval. Okay, so we're getting that. That needs to be included in the summary, in my opinion. And if that's the case, because I was kind of getting a little bit more modern vibes from the cover, it looks like a... Maybe the image needs to be brightened more, because I can't really see at all what's going on the cover. So... I don't know. I feel like the tags give a lot more than the rest of everything, than the summary and the cover. Paladin. I think that word probably will trigger a lot of people who are like, oh, this is like a D&D thing. Very cool. Fantasy would have brighter, more vibrant colors. I kind of see almost like a sword. Is that a sword? I don't know why I'm like thinking he's like on a ship holding on to like a string and the ship's burning around him. Maybe it's like the strings in the background. I don't know. Maybe he's on top of a castle. I think the image needs help. I think he's got a bow and arrow there. Yeah. So people are confused. Zabbits 22. But I think that it is, I think what you've got here looks intriguing. And I think it could be even more. It doesn't have, I mean, how many parts do we have here? 23 parts, 549 reads, 86 votes. Oh, sorry. It says parts right there. Yeah, I think you could probably pull in more people if you went a little bit more on the D&D style cover. The big, why is the big bold lettering reminding me of Quentin Tarantino? I must be thinking of like one of his covers for one of his books. Let me look at the chat. My guess was sword, mostly based on the fact that he's a paladin, because they usually have sword and shield. But if I didn't already read that he's a paladin, I would have no idea. It looks like a Western. It kind of does, yeah. And maybe it's the modern haircut too of the man in the scene that it makes me think it's more modern. Yeah, I would lean more into the D&D stuff, because for me as a fantasy lover who's never played D&D, I would probably read this. And I should really go watch a D&D thing. And the guy who is the dungeon master, he is the only person I met in real life. He's like, "Oh, I read all of Dostoevsky," and we were like talking about it, but I was in line at the coffee shop, so I couldn't like hang out or whatever. I should ask him and be like, hey, next time you have a D&D thing, can you reach out to me? Because I would love to just be a fly on the wall in that, and just, I don't know. Is that weird to be an outsider? Technically, the Friar Tuck stuff is the monk class. I love how you guys know about this. I'm like so interested in that world. I have a lot of interest in a lot of things. So anyways, Zabbits 22, I hope that this is helpful information for you. But that's our thoughts on it. It looks cool though. And I hope, oh, it's number 5. Look at this, ranked number 5 in half elf. I think that's neat. So anyways, moving on to the next one, here. Okay. Endgame, House of Anubis, B3. Oh, book 3 by Sarah R. Cubitt. Okay, so initially looking at the cover here, start with one of the podcasts, The Adventure Zone, Dungeons and Daddies, the Fantasy High and most famous D&D. Okay, thank you, Ellen. That's a good idea. I don't want to be like completely blind going into watching one of those things. Okay. So I like the collection of pictures of this cover. However, it is too many pictures for a cover. And chat, feel free to like give your opinion here if you disagree with me on this Endgame, House of Anubis. I think that Endgame is the name of the book. House of Anubis is the name of this series. So I think that this should be bigger. It's pretty small. Too complicated, especially for a Wattpad cover. Yeah. I think that, I mean, it's very clear. Okay, so this is what I'm getting, at least from the current cover right now. House of Anubis, obviously, you have your, your Egyptian crap. Sorry, I can't think of the name of this statue things. What do they call those? The Egyptian thing in the background. We have Davina from the originals. Oh, I love that girl. But I'm guessing she's the main character. We have the title and information right here. We have who I'm guessing is either the love interest or the antagonist right here. And then this posse of mean girls in their little prep school outfits. The group at the bottom should be bigger. Get rid of the third pic with the guy in the doorway. Also get rid of the Egyptian thing. I feel like, so you're thinking just this picture and this picture are the ones that need to stay. So just the main character and then the preppy people. But like we want the Egyptian theme, right? Somewhere. It's the title should be bigger, more prominent. It looks like somebody spent a lot of time on it. It does not look bad. I like the way that it's like layered together. I think it's great. I think it's just a little bit too much for a cover. There's too many pictures here. The title is too small. You're not getting a lot of Egyptian theme just with this in the very, very top because it's not in any of the other pictures. I don't know. Oh my goodness, look at that. 70,000 reads. This person does not need my help. Like, what the heck? Use the Egyptian thing as a background for the preppy group. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. And then House of Anubis, I feel like that is very telling of... So the series is called House of Anubis. This is Endgame, book 3, so I'm guessing it's the end of the series. I don't know, but I would say a little bit simpler of a cover would go better. But again, this has a lot more reads than like somebody who needs help. So maybe your cover is already great. But that's my first impression. So at least what I think when I see this is I think, okay, young adult, high school aged people, probably a lot of social conflict, a like strong female lead, something about like magic probably in Egypt, like a mummy type of thing. That's what I'm getting. Endgame, House of Anubis, star, book B3. I would turn that semicolon into a colon for sure. Yeah. And then that's all I would do for that. For the cover and the title, I don't have any negative feedback on the title. I think it's fine other than, again, changing that semicolon into a colon. The star, B3 star. I don't know if that's common on Wattpad to hint that this is a the third book in a series or anything, but also a dash after noun. Oh, I see. Sorry, you're ahead of me. Oh my goodness. Look at this. 23 out. So we're talking, it's going to take you 24 hours to read this and it's still going. Sarah Cubitt, My goodness, you can write a lot. This is the third book in the series. That is so freaking long. That's actually as long as my first draft of Heroine. It's just like you just keep writing and there's just more to talk about, you know? But I can tell you right now, I would not read a 24-hour book. Like, that's like Les Mis level length. Is all of that super, super relevant? If somebody were to recommend this book to me, I might be like, oh my gosh, really? Like a super long, like, and I really needed like a long series. I could see wanting to read something that long, and that scares me off, that length. Not that you need to change anything in your book. Again, 70,000 reads. Sarah, you don't need my help. Girl, you got this. Like, you do not need me. It could be a series. This is book 3 in a series. Like, this is 3 books. This is way more than 3 books, man. This is like, I don't know. This is 8 books. Let's see. Yeah, this is like 4 books in one. Like 4 books that I would feel comfortable reading in one. That's what I think. But as far as the length goes, holy free holy. And it's still going. That's crazy. Must be getting done soon. But man, she must be a good writer if that many people are reading this crazy long book. 24-hour books is literally 34 books in itself. Yes, exactly. And this is the 3rd in the series. I wonder how long the other ones are. That's crazy. Okay, let's read the summary. I'm already very into the way that this starts. Endgame, noun. And you said there should be a dash after noun? Is that what you said? Also a dash after noun? Is that how it looks like in the definition? The final stage of a game, such as chess or bridge, when a few pieces of cards remain. Oh, I would have a little bit more fun with that. But this is already super fun. I love this. I love that. The Sabuna gang are back for yet another year. However, Nina Martin has not returned with them, but there are some fresh faces to make up for her absence. That's a run-on. Is that, yeah. That's the 2 sentences needs to be broken up there. The Sabuna gang are back for yet another year, period. However, Nina Martin has not returned with them. Something's off with that sentence. Eddie and Camilla both seem to be having visions of new girl KT's dying grandfather giving her a key and telling her to go to Anubis' house, which means that Camilla is dragged into yet another mystery at the school because like hell she was going to let her Osirian go and get himself killed because if she has learned anything from 2 years of adventures, nothing is what it seems at their school. Was that one sentence? First of all, it sounds like a really cool plot. Plus, a new teacher, Miss Denby, seems to hang out with Victor and Mr. Sweet way too often to be normal, and Camilla is sure they aren't just having tea and talking their favorite opera. Oh my goodness. These are all one sentence. On top of all that, Camilla finally finds out the truth behind her magic and her destined future. If she thought her family were Egypt mad for no reason, she was soon going to learn their connection to the Egyptian times is not as superficial as just her family being fascinated by the past. If you like this book, you should check out the rest of the series. Book 1, Impossible. Book 2, Unsteady. Book 4, Sabuna and the Son of Osiris. Book 5, Sabuna and the Book of Thoth. Book 6, Sabuna and the Curse of the Pharaohs. Okay, hang on. Holy stutter, first time catching the stream. Hello, everyone. Okay, let's see. Welcome, Pin Popper. Break it into 2 books. It does have to be a trilogy. It could be a series. 24-hour books is literally, let's see here. Yeah, just because of the way it erases new lines in the preview summary. Holy stutter, first time catching the stream. Hello, everyone. The Saboon gang are back for yet another year is a complete sentence. Breathe, Missy, breathe. Expect the level of energy from Missy at all times, Pin Popper. Fact. Oh my gosh, I don't want to hear another person complain about my energy today. I ironically don't have the energy for it or the confidence. Like, I'm low, guys. Shut up, text. I'm crazy, okay? It's just me. No, don't ban anybody. Okay, let's see. I would say, so this sounds really interesting. This story, Get Unmanic. Hey, D-Not! Welcome to my stream. I think that, so there's a lot of run-ons here, big time. The summary should probably be cleaned up. Oh, wait, I didn't finish it. She did her own cover. Disclaimer, I do not own House of Anubis. All that belongs to Hans Berlon and Gert Verhulst. I, however, own Camilla Ann Rudder and her little storyline. Oh, is this a fan fiction? I didn't know that. House of Anubis, is that like a real book somewhere? Okay. So there's a lot of run-ons in here, so it really needs to be cleaned up. I don't have any issues actually with what is provided here. It's very intriguing. It makes people be like, okay, wait, what's going on here? There's like, it's obviously, we're deep into a series here. Oh, it's a TV show. Okay. Oh, are these people actually, this is probably actually stuff from the TV show. Okay, cool. It's fan fiction. Awesome. Okay, so I think that the information here is really interesting because it's like, oh, there's a lot of mystery going on. And we're like picking up from previous books, which is really cool. To be honest, if the 24-hour read time didn't discourage me from reading it, the run-ons would, because it would drive my head through a wall trying to read a book written that style. Yeah, and as I had mentioned before, this is a taste, like your summary is a taste of your writing style within the book. So I think that it would be the same for me. I would read something like this and be like, oh, these are cool plot points. However, it would probably be a little bit difficult for me to read, trying to figure out what the author's trying to say with the run-ons happening. And not that I care about, like, when I'm reading grammatical stuff, I don't go like, oh, that needs a comma. Oh, that needs a, split. I'm not like editing somebody's book as I read it, right? Like Cherry probably is. But I will say that if there's too many sentences in one sentence, it's confusing and hard to follow. And I don't want to spend 24 hours of my life trying to figure out what's going on. So I would definitely clean up the summary to make sure that there's no run-ons here. Break it up. I like the information that's provided here. It is intriguing. It does make me think that the plot is interesting and there's stuff going on. It's mysterious. I think that it's great. And clearly you're good at catching readers, Sarah. So I don't think, again, you don't need my help. You're doing great already. So let's see here. These are I'm going to go over the tags. Amber Millington, Amphi, Anubis. I don't know what Amber Millington or Amphi is, but that could be from the House of Anubis TV show. So if it's a fanfic, then that makes sense. Childhood Sweethearts, Child Dude. I'm guessing that needs to be removed because it's probably supposed to be childhood. Eddie Miller, Egyptian Mythology, Fabian O'Rudder. Fabian O'Rudder. Fabina. Fanfiction. HOA. What does HOA stand for again? Oh, House of Anubis, probably. House of Anubis. Isis. Jamila. Does that supposed to be Camilla? Because in the summary, Camilla was mentioned, not Jamila. Jerome Clark. Mara Jaffray. Nettie Nickelodeon. Patricia Williamson. Petal. Sabuna. Throwback. Young Adult. Jamila is a name. Homeowners Association. That's what I think when I see HOA. Maybe that's just because I'm old, though. But they might have meant Camilla. Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking Jamila could be a name. There's a lot of names on here, which I feel like is a waste of tags. So what I would do is I would be fanfic, for my tags here. I would do Egypt. I would do, like, what would like some tags be for like The Mummy? Or I would actually look at like go on IMDb, look up that show House of Anubis and see what the tags are for that. Childhood Sweethearts is so sweet. I would put Young Love. I would put Mystery. I'm getting Mystery from this. Pretty sure Isis is the Egyptian goddess, not the terrorist group. A lot of people do search the name of characters so they can find a fan fiction that includes their favorite. Okay, then leave the characters on there. I don't know anything about the House of Anubis, so I don't think I'm the correct audience for this. Again, she has a huge audience, so she doesn't need people like me reading it. But if you did want to hook a broader audience, you might want to put something like Mysteries Throwback. Is it an old show? So yeah, I would go a little bit more on the theme. And genre and subgenre path for these tags. Early 2000s, if I'm thinking of the correct show. Early 2000s, really? And I've never heard of it? I was a kid in the early 2000s. Not that old. Okay. Anyways, those are my thoughts on Endgame, House of Anubis. It does look pretty cool. And she's got plenty of readers. So, but those are my initial thoughts on it. It does actually it's probably really interesting and probably has a really cool plot. I would totally clean up that summary. And maybe focus in on a couple of key images instead of all 4 of these. And then if it is a fanfic, maybe highlight that House of Anubis, make it bigger or something because it's a fanfic. I don't know. But those are my thoughts for this book. Okay, next. I'm moving slow today. Echoes of Home. Okay, so 30 DC August Gold 2024. So that's a accolade there. Echoes of Home. So I am getting from this. What is that? Legal thing? So what is that? It's a compass, sword, guns, crystals. So I'm getting magic, adventure, maybe some form of fantasy. The Echoes of Home title needs to be much bigger, in my opinion. Thicker, broader, different font. Is that like Comic Sans or something? Oh, this is the Final Fantasy for fan fiction. I got Spies vibes from the title. From the title? Bigger, bolder, maybe outlined. Okay. This is a Final Fantasy thing. Okay. So it's a video game thing. Pretty cool. So I'm guessing that's where this picture is pulled from. Final Fantasy. I don't know anything about Final Fantasy. My cat is distracting me. Oh, cover. Okay, cover. Okay. Spies. Yes, I'm kind of getting spies too. Or like some type of warrior or something like that. Magic warrior. Very cool. I don't really have a lot of notes on the cover other than I do think that the title on the cover needs to be bigger and bolder. In a different font. Maybe even a different color. Because black, I feel like... Maybe like... It's just something with depth. Use Canva. They have like themes preset for that sort of thing. Other than that, it's great. I don't think that the 30, what is the DC thing? I know what this is. DC, the competition. Anyways, he won August Gold, so this is great. Why am I saying he? I must know this author. Echoes of Home. Okay. Very cool. Also, a little note to everybody out there. This is not specific to this one, but subtitles are super, super fun. What is that? Subheading, where they have like a little bit of like a hint into the book. Like if you look, let me see if I have a good example. Okay, so Crooked Kingdom, which is like, it's way up there as far as my favorite book. Oh, Kiss. Yeah, that's a good one too. So this is Crooked Kingdom, and then the subheading is When You Can't Beat the Odds, Change the Game. I don't know. Why is nobody using subheadings? They are so much fun. We should use more subheadings. Echoes of Home, as far as the title goes, I have no notes on the title. It makes me think that I will understand the title once I read it. But other than that, I don't have any notes on that. Hang on, I'm gonna put this back. Okay. Let's see. 11 hours. We got another long one. And it's still ongoing from More Fuse Max 1. Okay. Mostly because I'm too indecisive to put a subheading. Wait, are you More Fuse Max 1? Pin Popper? Or is this just a random thought from you? Hang on, I'm having some chocolate. Oh, okay. Okay. Hang on. I don't want you to have... This was a bad idea for me to eat, but it's sitting right here in front of me. I had to have it. Okay. Okay, so we have a pretty short summary. Love it. A man from Earth finds his way to Eorzea and finds his way out again, bringing his Mikote bride with him. But you can't go to Eorzea and come back unchanged. Earth is no longer his home, and it was never hers. Aww. A serialized story based on Final Fantasy IV, told in journal entries. Oh, that's cool. Reflecting each of the characters' points of view. Updates Tuesdays and Fridays. Okay, this is a really short summary because basically this is the summary and everything else is just I can't read that. Eorzea. Am I saying it right now? You can help make it happen by joining my Patreon for early views of pages and exclusive extras. We are storytellers. Some of the stories we tell are true. Final Fantasy is a registered trademark of Square Enix Holdings Co. Limited. Eorzea. Wait, Eorzea. I think I'm getting closer. Doesn't matter, okay? I just need to watch it. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thanks. Okay. A man from Earth finds his way to Eorzea, to this place, and finds his way out again, bringing his Mikote wife or bride with him. But you can't go to this place and come back unchanged. Earth is no longer his home, and it never was hers. Echoes of Home. Okay, so I already like the title. I love that okay. Is this a romance? Is it a little bit of a romance? I love this. That's so cute. So it's like going to a different country and bringing your wife back home and then having to deal with, the different cultures. I just know too many couples who their spouse is from a different country. I just met somebody yesterday where he was born in Nicaragua, moved to Costa Rica, and then moved to the U.S., and then she's American. My neighbor's, his wife is from Vietnam. So it's just like, that is an interesting concept, is like the different cultures where of course this is a different planet. So I like that summary. It is so short, but I don't know if you necessarily need more, especially if you're targeting an audience who already knows about Final Fantasy. So let's look at the tags. 30 DC August 2024. Echoes of Home. I don't know if you need the title as a tag. Fanfic, fanfiction, fantasy, FFXIV, Final Fantasy, game, isekai, liturpg, MMORPG. What do I know? Are cat girls, basically a human but with cat ears and a tail, and probably adorable little noses too. Lit RPG. Oh, okay. MMORPG. Okay. An RPG stands for role-playing game, right? Overpowered slice of life urban fantasy video game. I like this. I like this a lot. Are there any specific themes that your book has as just a general reader like myself who's never played Final Fantasy, doesn't know anything about it, would I enjoy this? If you think that I would enjoy this, just as a one-off, again, not knowing anything about the world, is there like romance? Is there married life part of it? Is there like different cultures? Is there some form of racism? Because I don't know, if I saw a cat girl walking around, I feel like they would get stared at by the public, and who knows if that's why things are not nice for her. MMORPG is massively multiplayer online RPG. Okay. So maybe add some more tags like that. I don't know. This is cool. 11, that's almost 12 hours. So it's half the time that the last one is, but it's still, that is longer than I like my main book to be, is 12 hours long, and it's still ongoing. So again, you just scare away some readers, because I'm going to read it until I'm done with the book. I don't just like stop reading a book if I'm not having a good time. I have to know how it ends. So it's just like a little like obsession, I guess, thing. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking that really is 12 hours of my life. I'm not going to start that and not finish it. And I don't have 12 hours to spare. Maybe like once a month I might have 12 hours, but when I choose my books, it's like, the max I would probably like to do is like 7-8 hour books. My preference is closer to like 6 or 4 hour books. But somewhere between 4 and 6 hours. Like when I see a 4 hour book, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'll just read that in a day. When I see a 6 hour book, I'm like, okay, that'll take me a couple days. So anyways, pretty cool. So Final Fantasy, we got some Final Fantasy people here in the chat. And I don't know. Does that look interesting to you guys? Like, so this makes it seem like it's really about the couple. And if this story is not mostly about this couple and how they're adjusting to life on Earth, then maybe you should adjust the summary. But I do like the summary. It's nice for me. So, anyways, moving on. Taking it in while I chew. Okay. The Witch and the Reaper, the Eden Duology. I love this cover. I'm trying not to this is probably AI. And I think I forgot to mention it earlier. Now, when it comes to AI covers, and I'm pretty sure a couple of the other ones were AI too. When it comes to AI covers, I think that in Wattpad, it's so common, and it's definitely not something that people shy away from. People love AI on Wattpad. However, some people will see AI, and some people are very sensitive to AI, and they think it's really unethical. And so they will not read something where they think that the author does not take AI seriously and uses it. I think this is a beautiful cover. I'm not sure if it's AI. The fingers look normal. Love the color of this one. It's giving high fantasy. Yes, it totally is giving high fantasy. I think it's beautiful. I think that the font's great. It looks like the top says something like, let the something consume. I can't really read what that is. I'm going to guess that says fire, but I can't read it. There are people that if you use AI cover, they will assume you use AI for writing, straight up. Yeah, like I would avoid AI if you can. There's no saying, if this is AI, it just looks so like polished. And like the shading that is very common with AI. And so I think that that's kind of why it's giving AI, but it is beautiful. So I don't want to say that this is AI. I just tried to send that message, but Twitch hates me and refuses to stay connected to chat. Oh, sorry, Jerry. The Witch and the Reaper. Yeah, the Eden Duology, book 1. Have I read this book? Okay, we'll see. Okay, I would say change the font color of let this whatever consume, because I can't read it and I have it blown up as big as it can get. So on my computer, this is as big as a cover will get for anybody, right? It won't get bigger on my phone. And looking at it in this like setting, this is as big as it's going to get. So I would change the color of whatever that says. If I see that you used AI for your cover because you couldn't be bothered to even find like a stock image or spend 15 minutes on Canva for free, then I'm going to assume you put the same amount of effort into your writing. That's a big assumption. That's crazy. What if you can't afford to pay for a proper cover? You should be able to create a proper cover for free on Canva. But some people just don't really think about AI covers that way. They think, oh, I have this vision in my head for, what I'd like it to be. And then they know how to put the prompts into an AI image generator, and they don't think about the ethics behind it. And they've never been talked about the ethics behind using AI image or, and for instance, I'm one of those people. I started out, not knowing anything about there being anything unethical about AI. I would never read anything AI written, because it's like, it makes no sense. And it's like, why should I read something that you didn't even bother to write? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. With the AI images, I understand why somebody would make that. There are so many free resources it takes to make cover that aren't AI. Yeah, I don't know if you can't pay for a proper cover. I don't know who's paying for covers at all anywhere. If you can't be bothered to write it, then why should I be bothered to read it? Yep, that's I just said it. But yeah, Pin Popper, I don't think that you need AI to make a cover. I don't know, or you don't need money to. You can make your own placeholder with free to use assets, but there are so many people that feel that way. Yeah. I personally don't care about AI covers. I won't read AI written books. Yes, exactly. Regardless of AI and discussing the ethics behind AI or whatever, I really like this cover. I think it's beautiful. I think that you are totally getting the theme across. And it's a theme that I would totally 100% read. Love the cover. We've got flowers. And like Pin Popper said, it is a giving high fantasy. I love the sword. It's obviously a woman's hand, so it's probably a female protagonist. I'm poor, LOL, but I do understand what others are saying. Yeah, I would never, I don't think a lot of people are paying money to have somebody professionally make them a cover. I don't think that anybody's doing that on Wattpad. It's like basically if you're okay putting an AI cover out, then you're okay with the use of AI, which means you're probably also okay with using AI for your writing. Maybe this is a stock photo that they found on on a place like Pixabay, that they didn't filter out the AI created ones, or they can't tell the difference between what's been AI or not. Like, a lot of people can't even tell. And maybe this isn't even AI. I probably shouldn't have brought it up. I should have brought it up earlier when I was going over the criteria for covers and what I'm going to be reviewing. I found it on Pinterest. Oh, are you Author Oracle? Of course. Yes, you are the author of this. We love your cover, first of all. This is the author right here. You found it on Pinterest. Okay. Jeez Louise. It's great. I love the cover. I like that the title is nice and bold. I like that it's centered. It's very professional looking. I would change the let the something consume, because I cannot read it. Yes, hello everyone. I would change that to a different color, because I can't read it from here, from as big on my computer, as big as it. Great. Yeah, tagline washed out. The Eden Duology, book 1. Also, I love the Eden Duology. That's a great title for a series, Eden. And then TM Oracle. Just be wary that 80% of Pinterest is just AI slop at this point. If you look at my Pinterest board for my character inspiration boards, there's a lot of AI on it. From when I first started, they got thousands of bots just constantly uploading AI. It's the whole AI thing is just really sad. There's just, it's just a lot everywhere. That's so disappointing. Yeah, but this is a beautiful photo. I think it's great. You're getting your point across. I think it's beautiful. I really, really like the cover. So I wouldn't change a thing other than the font color on the top there. Because other than that, it's beautiful and wonderful. The Witch and the Reaper, such an awesome title, by the way. First of all, obviously magic, but with the witch, but the Reaper, I like that. That's it's a little bit dark. I like that. The Witch and the Reaper. I have a feeling I read this too. Like something about this seems so familiar. Not the cover. It's reminding me of something. But the name, The Witch and the Reaper, sounds really, really familiar. I don't know, but I would read the crap out of this book. So based on the title and the cover. So sorry to go on the AI offshoot there, author, Oracle. That don't just ignore it, okay? Because you have a great cover. Ooh, we got ourselves a good timed 6 hours and 10 minutes. That's right in my sweet spot for the books I like to read. 58,000 reads. Author Oracle, you're killing it. Nice work. Okay, let's read this summary. The feeling is unexplainable. It burns, but I'd rather be turned to ash than to stop this fire. Each lick of the flame is pure bliss. Whew, chills. A lovingly heated caress to my soul, a threat of unimaginable pleasure. Man. Eden, a light witch, is forced to... A light witch, okay, that kind of sounds like light switch, sorry. A light witch is forced to set out on a dangerous journey with a dark and powerful demon known as a Reaper when betrayal strikes her coven, threatening the witch's very existence. Eden will not only face that which lurks within the darkness beyond the forest she calls home, but also that which is hidden within her heart. Lust and fate collide when Eden finds herself unable to fight the pull she feels toward the Reaper, despite her mind telling her that all that awaits is heartache, falling for a powerful demon. Okay, so that needs a few commas, if not to be split into two separate sentences. But she can't deny the fire that burns between them every time they touch, igniting something within her very soul with his dark presence. With the fate of the world hanging in the balance, will Eden be able to rise above the flames or be consumed by the raging fire? This is book 1 of the Eden duology. Oh my goodness. Okay, I love that. I love that. I really like the summary, comma after the Reaper. Okay. I think that we're talking about... Is this one right here? Eden, a light witch, is forced to set out on a dangerous journey with a dark and powerful demon known as a Reaper. I think that this should be period, new sentence. Wait, hang on. A Reaper when betrayal strikes her coven, threatening the witch's very existence. Okay, yeah, I agree. Great summary. 3rd paragraph. Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah. Lust and fate collide when Eden finds herself unable to fight the pull she feels towards the Reaper, comma, despite her mind telling her that all that awaits is heartache, falling for a powerful demon. Okay. Yes. So, Author Oracle, can you tell me just one little detail? When the main character meets the love interest, does she think that he's an incubus? Is that a plot point at any point? This just sounds so familiar. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think about this book all the time. That is so funny. Okay. Cause I started reading this and I was like, okay, this is really good. But I think it was like so steamy and I was like, okay, I'm going to take a break from reading this just for a little bit. And then I'm going to come back to it because I can't read too steamy stuff. Like it makes me blush and it makes me think about it too much. Like I think, yeah, you're honored. I read this like a long time ago. I bet you I left like a bunch of comments too. Oh my gosh. Cause I remember she was like washing something in, okay. It wasn't complete when you started reading it, but I seriously appreciate it. Okay. Yes, I do remember this book. I remember thinking it was really good. That is so cool. Okay, awesome. I already know that I like this book. So obviously you hooked me long before I was doing reviews, back when I was just reading for fun. So this is so funny. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so highest rankings. Number 1 in witchcraft. Number 1 in witch. Number 1 in magical. This is like high rankings. Holy crap. Number 1 in mature themes, number 1 in Grim Reaper, number 1 in Hunter, number 1 in Dark Love, number 1 in sexual themes, number 2 in fantasy romance, number 2 in supernatural, number 3 in Reaper. That is very cool. Love your tags. I don't think you need help at all from me on the tags, so let's read them. Adult, betrayal, chicklit, completed, dark fantasy, dark romance, demon, erotic, fantasy, fantasy romance, fast-paced, Grim Reaper, love, lust, magic, magical, mate, mates, future. So mates is like such a popular trope right now, but it is fun and interesting. I loved, I have changed the tags since then, actually. Okay. Anyway, so the mates thing, I think people love the idea of having like a soulmate. I love that. Mature, new, romance, steamy, text to speech. Why choose which? Is why choose something that I'm not aware of? Is that like a topic on Wattpad that people like a competition, or what is why choose, and why is it one of your tags? Because I don't see that. Why choose is like why choose between two love interests. They get poly. Okay. Why choose takes place in the second book. Okay. Okay. I don't have any notes on this. I remember reading it. Witch and you don't want to add witchcraft back to it? Magical. Love that. Mature. Mature is a tag that people don't put it. Love triangle on the actual sense. What? Okay. Oh, why choose? Like, why choose when I can have them both? Oh, okay. I get it. You get that makes sense. With all the corners connected. Sorry, slow here, catching up. The why choose happens in the second one. She gets spit roasted. Spoiler alert. Okay, so cool. Sorry, this is why I don't. This is why I don't read smut. It makes me blush, and it like, and I just want to like laugh about it. Sorry. I think that's why I stopped reading it. Actually, I do remember that it's why I stopped reading it. But I do remember thinking I really liked it before that. Took 5 minutes business day to get it. Yes. Thank you, Pin Popper, my big critic of the day. Yeah. Jeez Louise. I don't have any notes on the tags. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, text. Okay. Don't apologize. I understand why you have a crap ton of reads. And go you. You've got some good stuff going on. Someone have a spray bottle. She's like, yeah, seriously. Let's squirt. Let's get text shock therapy, ground shipping. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for applying for a first impression review. First impression is it's killer. You obviously got me as a reader at one point. So I think I like the cover, I like the title, I like the summary, and you've got great tags. So no notes really, other than just changing the font color of that top part. So be careful with your words. Yes, Ellen, I think I know what you're talking about. So I think let's move on. Great job, Author Oracle. You rock. And I thank you for allowing me to give a first impression review of your book. It looks awesome. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so this is actually, I did one of this author's books during my last first impression review, Fractured Horizon by F.H. Levin. Immediately, dude, look at this guy's face. He looks like a Barbie doll. And his like lips are like so like curly. Let's see. And then we have her. Okay, couple of notes because it looks like this was a do-it-yourself, a very cool cover. Brighten up this chick. because you can't see her at all. And then maybe if you can, make it a little bit less hazy on the F here, just so you can read the fractured word a little bit better. Does anybody else? Yes, it is. It does look like that. But does anybody have any other notes that would help improve this cover? Because I mean, obviously it's sci-fi, it's space. This guy looks kind of, not cyberpunky. He looks like cyberpunky kind of. I'm getting with the bottom, especially with the blue color and the leather jacket and the gun, Blade Runner. And then this top one is like chick with the shaved head and then outer space. So you're getting a lot here. And it's all great. I like it a lot. Again, my only notes would be to make her a little bit brighter. I would slant the divide a little bit. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that could be cool. I like it a little. I like it horizontal, but just slightly. But maybe try that out. Cherry's got an eye for stuff like that, so maybe try like slanting the fade here in between these two photos a little bit. See how it looks. Looks pretty cool to me. Fractured horizon. I feel like anything that has like horizon in it is like a navigating type of thing. So like I'm thinking like space travel. I don't know. I there's nothing wrong with the title at all, and I like the cover a lot. So great job initially. Let's open her up. We're at a little under an hour here. It's still ongoing. Horizon Zero Dawn comes to mind. I don't know what that is. Ankh. Open Novella Contest 2025. Okay, so this is going to be a short one. Okay, let's read this summary here. I really like the contrast between the blue and the red. Really sells the fractured idea. What a great note, Pimp Hopper. Yeah. I like that too. I do like those colors together too. I do like that together. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, so the summary is a sci-fi novella set in the universe of Shadow and Steel. In the city of Rift Dome, cool name for a city, secrets are buried deep within the moon's ancient fractures, but some won't stay dead. Jace lives for the rush, the speed of the chase. Okay, so that needs to be a, is it an M dash that's a little bit longer and then a space because it's just a hyphen right now. The speed of the chase, the sting of blaster fire, and the high of outrunning death. Love that. Holy moly, I love that. But when a heist goes sideways, he uncovers a secret that could shatter the dome and everything holding the city together. Okay, so just another M dash that needs to be added. True, yeah, yep, and ooh, I like the description of this one. Yeah, I like it too. Very cool. Beneath the seductive glow of neon lights, the truth cuts deeper than any blaster, and Jace just pulled the trigger. I really like this. Content warning. Okay, so that's the end. Okay, content warning. This story contains violence, gore, death, harassment, strong language. Okay, already I'm in love. Substance use, non-explicit, sexual content. Even better, and mature situations. Reader discretion is advised. Okay, so this content warning gets me. I'm going to want to read this. This is an open novella contest 2025 entry. The prompt. Oh, the prompt. He's including the prompt. Yeah, adds to be read. Yep. After stealing something vital from the city, you flee in a car only to find a discarded human-like android in the back seat. The android has a critical flaw and you must protect it from those who want it back. Ooh, it's a jailbroken android. That's very cool. Oh, and look at that, cyberpunk, because I said cyberpunk when I looked at the cover, did I not? I love this. I don't want to change hardly anything about this other than changing these to an M dash, and then something about this, and Jace just pulled the trigger. How do we make that stand out more? I've been playing Cyberpunk and I made 2 songs recently using voice lines from the anime. Okay, hi, DJ Tyrannosaurus Flex. I love your name, by the way. Welcome. You think another M dash, Terry, right here? Okay, so M dash is like basically 2 dashes combined. They're amazing. I use them probably too often. And then a space. So that's what you should be replacing right here after rush. And then right here, where's the other one? Where was the other one? I feel like there was another one somewhere. And then add it to the end of Blaster and Jace. Oh, I just met a goal. Hey, thanks for the follow. 41 followers? How did that happen? I was expecting like 5 people when I started this. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much. Last sentence. I don't know. I can't find it. But yes, dash after M dash after Blaster, and then change that and to a lowercase, right? Spaces and spaces. You get around? Okay. I'm a put spaces person. I will fight you. Is rating. Hey! This is Kita's thing. Hi, Kita. I love your stream so much. I love watching your stream. It is so fun. You have such a cool group. Oh, thank you, D-Not. Thank you so much. How exciting. And thanks for the follow, too. Yeah, if anybody is looking for another really great reading and writing stream, Kita has a really cool one. I love it. You're going to give him a big head stop. Shut up. No, you didn't. I don't know. Oh, it was Kita's idea to raid me. I'm so honored. Look at it. Well, I mean, it says I have like 6 viewers right now. But there's apparently a party of 11 has raided me. So I don't know how true that is. I've got to figure out how to raid other people. I'm at 17. I'm famous. Time to quit my day job. Okay, so let's read the summary on this is awesome. And also, I'm just so excited to have Kita's viewers. Thank you, Kita. So the summary is great. I would change that hyphen to an M dash, change that period to an M dash, and you're golden. And then maybe even put like a scene break between the end of your summary and the like a ornamental break in between your summary and the content warning. I love the content warning. I love that you included the prompt. I loved it all. So, and yeah, I'm sure you're busy. So having just finished your marathon of a stream. So these are the tags: action, action-packed adventure, cyberpunk, dystopian, futuristic, heist. Oh gosh, I'm like loving this story even more. I love a good heist. I love a good heist. I mean, I just told you my favorite book, one of my favorite books is Crooked Kingdom, or not Crooked Kingdom, although it is Crooked Kingdom. This is going to drive me crazy. Six of Crows, which obviously is a great heist one. So love that. Ankh 2025, science fiction, sci-fi, space opera. Very, very cool. I would even look up more like Blade Runner style tags. I love the heist part of this. I love this. This is a very, very cool summary. I'm intrigued. I'm good here. You can do raid target in the chat, and Twitch will do it for you. Okay, I'll figure that out at the end of this. What you reading? No problem. Emma? Why does Six of Crows sound so familiar to me? It's a book. And if there was the show on Netflix. Anyways, it's a really, really freaking good book based on a series, based on the Shadow and Bone series. So it's like Shadow and Bone is like, it's the Grishaverse universe. And then there's like Shadow and Bone, Ruin and Rising, something else, the trilogy, and then Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom are the duology, which are the best books of that series. And then it's King of Scars and Rule of Wolves. Very good books. Amazing books. And Cherry's already answering that story. Emma is technically a heist because she stole Mr. Knightley's heart. I mean, you can say that about basically everything then. So is Pride and Prejudice. It's all heist. We're all stealing stuff. Okay, so I I love this. I would add more tags. There's opportunities here. So we have action, adventure, cyberpunk, futuristic. We got sci-fi. We got science fiction. We got space opera. Would space cowboy be a good one? Space pirate might be a good one. Crime and punishment, heist. Yeah, it's a heist. Very poorly planned heist. Let's kill this old lady. That went bad. That heist went bad. In Crime and Punishment. Dystopian, futuristic, cyberpunk. Steampunk? I love Crime and Punishment. Dude, Me Named Jeffrey's Son 4.0. I also love Crime and Punishment. It's like one of my favorite books. You should join the book club, and then that way I'll have somebody else to read the rest of Dostoevsky with me. I love it. Okay. I don't have any great ideas for more tags, but I think you can add more here. You got a great story, great cover, great summary. It's just all great. I'm into it. Russian literature is fire. Okay. Me named Jeffrey's son. I'm just gonna call you Jeffrey for now. Hang on. Okay. Sorry, really quick. Speaking of Russian literature, I was recommended to read this book, The Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. Anyways, if you want to read so you Master and Margarita. Okay, so you do know what I'm talking about. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so excited to read this. It's on my 2025 reading list, so I'm excited to read it. It was recommended to me by a friend, and it's the same translators that I really like for all of my Dostoevsky. So the Richard Pavir and Larissa Volokonsky, or however you pronounce her last name. I'm so glad. It's so good. Okay. Awesome, Jeffrey. I'm very excited to read that one. So, and yeah, I'm so glad you're part of the chat. This is great. I watched the show and the movie and read it and all. There's a show and a movie about it? I've never heard of it before. This like random guy, a friend of mine had recommended, an acquaintance of mine had recommended it to me. Okay, cool. Well, I can't wait to check it out. I'm so glad it's funny. I'm like, everything has to be funny for me at some point. So anyways, great. Love that. Going on to the next one. Anyways, great job, FH11, on everything that you got here. Very, very minimal notes on yours. Okay. Next one, Blue Fire, by Annalisa Donkor. So this is the cover, very simple, but I like it. It's super, super simple. Also, I like, that it's called Blue Fire, and it has, a beautiful redhead. So if you are you reviewing people's stories? I'm doing first impressions. So I'm doing first impressions of, so I'm doing their cover, their title, their summary, and their tags, and like basically saying, this is my first impression of your book. And if I have any recommendations that are easy fixes, then that's what I'm doing. That's basically it. So a bunch of people on Wattpad just, let me know that they wanted me to review their book, and I'm doing as many as I can while I'm streaming before I have to go pick up my kids. So that's what I'm doing. And then I do this once a month, and then every other week I do a full review of a book that I've read on Wattpad for amateur authors. And don't miss next week's, because I'm really excited about that one. on Wattpad, we're reading Ellen's book. It is The Gifts of Mortality, and it's going to be so good just because I read one other thing by this Wattpad author, and it was phenomenal, and I think about it regularly. I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm frozen on my end, but I'm sure I was making a stupid face. Anyways, Blue Fire, written by Annalisa Donkor. I don't have a ton of notes on the cover. Maybe it could be brightened up a bit. I'm more an AO3 girly. I never really got into Wattpad, but I heard there is some good stuff there. My mom's name is Missy. Oh, that's cool. Honestly, great idea for a stream. And yeah, it was a crazy face. Wow, you're good now though. Okay, thanks, Kita. So Annalisa, if you're watching this, which I'm sure you are, eventually on YouTube probably, maybe brighten it up the picture a bit, but it could just be my computer, because I remember on my phone it looked fine. So I don't know. Okay, I'm freezing up again, but Anyways, I like it. I like the title, especially with the redhead. And if there are any redheads out there, you look so good in dark blue. Like, you really do. I prefer Wattpad to AO3 because I like spamming the authors with inline comments of all my thoughts. Ellen, you freaking angel. It's my favorite thing in the world, getting your comments. It's like my all-time favorite thing ever. It's like why I write, is to get these comments. So, yes. I've never tried AO3. So I just downloaded this new app called Royal Road, just to check out a few books, but I haven't had an opportunity to actually read anything on it yet because I'm so backed up, obviously, with Wattpad and my real books that I'm reading. But I'm excited to get more into Royal Road and into Ink It. Did you see I read the most recent chapter before I hopped on, Missy? Yes. You know how tempted I was to just like delay the stream so I could read your comments? Okay, so this is Blue Fire. I like it. I think it's great. Oddly enough, I found you looking for music review streams, but I see you are a Twitch affiliate. Yes, glad to toss you to the follow and pop in again if I can. Royal Road is A tier. Yeah, I have not had an opportunity to look on Royal Road. And DJ Tyrannosaurus Rex, I'm glad that you popped on. I don't know anything about Twitch or like the affiliates, and I don't have like any like goals or anything as associated with my Twitch stuff other than just reviewing as many things as I can. So anyways, thank you. I don't actually know what a Twitch affiliate is. Like, that's how stupid I am. Like, I've heard that term before, and I've heard like, oh, I'm trying to get to affiliate level. I don't know what that is. So, but thank you for following. Okay, so Blue Fire, those are my notes. I think it's great. Affiliate is, I think, where you can have enough regular viewers and followers that you can get subscriptions. Oh, okay. I don't think I'll ever get like a bunch of regulars. Okay, so we are at 9 hours and 6 minutes, an ongoing thing. Okay, let's read. Oh, nice short summary. Let's see. When Travis and Nicole meet on a bus for the first time, he thinks she's his ex, Rachel, who broke his heart 2 years ago. But he doesn't understand why she's pretending to not know him, and his curiosity leads him to keep an eye on her. It doesn't take long to realize Nicole and Rachel are two different people with the same face, and it doesn't take him long. Okay, so we're repeating, it doesn't take him long to find himself falling for his ex's lookalike. Ooh, awkward. That is so awkward. That's Vampire Diaries, right? His feelings for Nicole were pure and true, but for a girl who wanted to be loved for her uniqueness, will Nicole escape the heartbreak when she discovers the devastating reality that the man she loves had an ex who shares her face? You know how pissed off I would be if I found out my husband married was like dating my twin? Actually, I'd be like, so I really am your type. Like, you're super you love my face. I don't think I would be pissed off, actually. I'd be like, why didn't you tell me? That's weird. Okay, let's see. It opens the door to bits, subs, emotes. Sounds like more work, honestly. No, you're fine. This is the threshold for Twitch. I was going to say that's such a good compliment. Yeah. Like, it's like, you really think I'm so pretty? It's just whoever you had met before had a trash personality, but I got the personality and the looks. See, my energy is for some people. Some people like my manicness. Yeah, I like that. That's interesting. I would say it doesn't take him long is repeated here, which could be on purpose, but I'm not 100% sure. When Travis and Nicole meet on a bus for the first time, he thinks she's his ex, Rachel, who broke his heart 2 years ago. But he doesn't understand why she's pretending to not know him, and his curiosity leads him to keep an eye on her. Okay, it doesn't take him long to realize Nicole and Rachel are two different people with the same face, and it doesn't take him long. Okay, I kind of want to does anybody else want to get rid of this, like, repeating, it doesn't take him long? I'm dyslexic, so I can do audiobooks all the time and always looking for recommendations. I work third shift overnights at an assisted living home, so I listen to audiobooks on my earpod. Ooh. Just popping in to give the lurk. One day I'll be able to actually... Hi, Misfits. Thank you for lurking. Yeah, Cherry also is like an audiobooks person. My husband's also an audiobooks person. So many great free audiobooks out there. What kind of books? Yeah, what kind of books do you like, DJ Tyrannosaurus Rex? There's so many great books out there, and I have like a million recommendations. So, and you can join the book club and read along with us. Right now, we're reading I Heard You Paint Houses, which, where is that book? I've got books coming out my ears. I Heard You Paint Houses. Frank the Irishman Sheeran and Closing the Case on Jimmy Hoffa. It's a nonfiction, and I say that with air quotes because I have a feeling he made up a ton of this crap just based on what I've read so far. But if you've seen the Irishman with Robert De Niro on Netflix, this is the book that's based off of that. That's what we're reading right now. Royal Road has an audiobook feature, though the voice can kind of suck sometimes. Literally just erase the second. It doesn't take him long, and it works as a complete sentence. Actually, also remove the comma. Okay. It doesn't take him long to realize Nicole and Rachel are two different people with the same face, and to find himself falling for his ex's lookalike. Okay, I think that sounds better too. And then it's perfect. Okay, I really like this. Very intriguing, super, super cool concept. Great job, Annalisa Donkor. Okay, and let's look at these, and it's rated mature, but the first tag is adorable. So let's see. Adorable banter, chicklet, Camingo phage, temporary lit, cute, dance, dating, emotional, family issues, feel good, obviously family issues, they don't know they're adopted or something, feel good, fiction, friend fiction, kiss, laugh, romance, rom-com, slow burn, steamy, strangers to lovers, teen fiction, teen romance, young adult, young love. I don't think I have any notes. Does anybody have any notes? I feel like all sorts, like old school cheesy noir. Oh, I have not read any noir. But if anybody has like a really good noir recommendation, I'll add it for my 2026 list. Friend fiction. I love these tags. I don't have any notes. So good job, Annalisa Donkor. Sorry, I don't have any recommendations. I think it's great though. I like the summary. I like the title. I like the cover. I like the tags. Sorry. No notes. I bet you it rocks. I bet you it's really great. Blue fire. Beautiful. Oh, and my note, 2 redheads everywhere. Wear dark blue. You look amazing in it. Especially if you have blue eyes. Okay, moving on. Okay, this one's crazy. Ellen, I don't know if you're still in here. So this book is Prehistoric Wild, Life in the Mesozoic by Zach Dow. You know what is so insane? I've already read a few of these chapters from so a few months ago, I was looking on Reddit and I freaking love this book. Okay. So this is so weird because I was on Reddit trying to learn a little bit more about Inkit, I think. I was like, and then I was like just reading the comments on, or whatever they're called, on Reddit. And somebody was like, I don't think anybody is going to fall in love with a velociraptor learning, or a baby T-Rex learning how to hunt. And I was like, somebody wrote a fiction from the POV of a baby T-Rex. I've got to read this. So I messaged them on Reddit and was like, hey, drop me a link. I'd love to check that out. That actually sounds really cool. So he did drop me a link to his Wattpad. And so I clicked on it and I was like, oh, this book is like if Planet Earth, the documentary, the natural documentary, wrote like a book about dinosaurs. It's so cool. I read a few chapters to my daughter at bedtime. Anyways, and then I saw that he applied for a thing. He's like, oh, a friend recommended it to me. I was like, are we not friends? Like, is he not following me on Wattpad? And then I saw that it was like you were the friend who had recommended the thing, and I was like, it's just Wattpad is such a small world. Dinosaurs. Have you heard of Cyberpunk 2077? No coincidence. No. He was talking about that chapter. He says that chapter has the most highest read, second most. I was the friend. I know, it's so weird. It's just such a small world. I think it's such a small world that I'm about to pass out. It's 12 p.m. where I am. Mind hinting where you can get my book on your radar. Hinting me at how I can get just apply on my thing. What's your book? and I'll read it. Pin Popper, even though you were my severest critic today, what's your book about? Just apply on my Wattpad review book form, on the full review form or whatever, and then I will check it out. A critic, yes. I already forgot what they say. I tend to filter out the negative stuff, but I remember thinking another person who doesn't like my energy. Demi, Birth of a True Mage. Okay, first of all, love the title. A mage? That's awesome. That definitely sounds like something I would check out. So, I don't know. Yeah, play. Cyberpunk 2077. I'll have to click that link later. Yeah, Pin Popper, just apply for the a review and I'll take a look. It's on my radar already. Anyways, Prehistoric Wild, Life in the Mesozoic. I love the cover. I love the title. This is seriously very, very cool. Thank you, Cherry. You were the best. I'm so bad at this Twitch thing, like dropping links and stuff. Like, my computer's so slow, so if I do too much, it will like crash and burn. I really just need a new computer. Maybe for Christmas this year. Thank you, Cherry. Okay, so Prehistoric Wild, Life in the Mesozoic. Look at all those freaking dinosaurs. When I was looking at this initially, I was like, oh, is that Pangea? No, this is just the regular world. I was just looking at the negative space instead of the... I got it. It was a little optical illusion in my head for a moment there. But I have 0 notes on the title and the cover. I think it's great. It's definitely giving a little bit of Jurassic Park, vibes a little bit. But I think it's super, super cool. And I love it. Love, love, love it. So 0 notes on this Zach Dow. Great. Number 1 in educational. Very nice. There's not a lot of stuff like this on Wattpad. I'm not sure if there's a big market for it. I don't know how much people are looking to be educated. And this one is really long. Look at this, 13 hours and 46 minutes. And it's ongoing. And it's not like one of those things where you have to read every single chapter. You can just pick which ones you want. Anyways, I think this story is really cool. It is actually in my library, in my Wattpad library, and I have looked at it a few times, and again, read it as a bedtime story to my daughter. What I love most about his chapters is he gets into the full ecosystems of the past: dinosaurs, amphibians, reptiles, mammals, and even plants. Yeah, that's very cool. It's somebody who loves dinosaurs and knows a lot about it wrote this, a very cool, it's very cool. Very, very cool. This seems like the type of thing that I would buy for my kids to read and hoping that they would be educated. That's pretty impressive. Yeah. Okay, so let's go with this summary. It doesn't look terribly long. Let's read. Step into a world lost to time with Prehistoric Wild, Life in the Mesozoic, a captivating collection of short stories. I'm wondering if that's perfect. Sorry, I'm getting a call. A captivating collection of short stories that transport you to the ancient past. Each tale unfolds in a different fossil formation around the globe. Gain a glimpse into unseen times in natural history from the healing world of the Triassic, the ecological bloom of the Jurassic, and the waning days of the Cretaceous. Sorry, I'm not the best reader. Oh yeah, you making fun of my stutter. That's why you were making fun of me, Pin Popper. You're like, holy stutter. I'm like, okay. I got rid of my stammer a long time ago, for the most part. Okay. Explore worlds much different from our own, such as the sea of middle North America and wetlands of southern Mongolia and the forests of the Antarctic. Oh, that's cool. Meticulously researched and vividly imagined, these stories strive to capture the authenticity and wonder of life during the Mesozoic era. Written in a style inspired by nature documentaries, each story offers a realistic and immersive glimpse into the behaviors, struggles, and triumphs of a diverse array of creatures that once roamed our planet. Whether it's the famous dinosaurs, the sky-faring pterosaurs, the long-forgotten marine reptiles, or the earliest ancestors of mammals, this collection brings the ancient world to life with compelling accuracy. Drawing inspiration from modern-day natural phenomena, as well as the latest theories and discoveries of paleontology, these tales blur the line between fact and fiction, reviving the distant echoes of prehistoric life. Join us on this journey through time where the wonders of long ago await your discovery. Experience life on Earth as it was for over 180 million years. Welcome to the prehistoric wild. No notes. 0 notes. Absolutely none. This is fantastic. This is so good. Oh my gosh, what a great summary. I read a lot of nonfiction on Wattpad, so I leapt out of my chair when I found this book. From what I know from all the dino books I've read off Wattpad, he's super accurate too. Like, even if a theory is so fun, Allosaurus hunting tactics, he won't include them if they're not scientifically vetted. Oh my gosh. That is so cool. This is so freaking cool. I love this. How many reads does it have? 4,000 reads? It needs like 400,000 reads. It needs to be 4 million reads. Let's let all the dinosaur nerds out there know about this book. This is so amazing. The description is absolutely amazing. The wording is lovely, crisp, and clean. And this is a hint of what you should expect in the book, right? So I'm expecting this quality of writing throughout the rest of the books. And so which one did I read? I went through to be like, okay, I left comments. I went through these and I was like, I had to have left comments because I always leave comments. Challenges of the mating. I thought Young Hunters wasn't this one. Hell Creek Formation, Montana, 68 million years ago. Okay, sorry, I'm going into this. I should not be going into this because I'm not doing it for my other readers. But this is freaking amazing. I love it. The Young Hunters, that's the T-Rex one. Was it before your comment era? No, it wasn't. This was just a few months ago. What a dark time before I started like feeling confident in commenting. I read so many books that I was super into and didn't comment because I know you didn't leave comments when you first read Elemental. I read a little bit. I did a little bit, I thought. Okay. Anyways, these are the tags. Animals, Anthology, Cretaceous, Dinos, Dinosaur, Dinosaurs, Documentary, Education, Educational, Edutainment, Historical Fiction, Informative, Jurassic, Mesozoic, Middle Grade. Oh, Middle Grade. That's a good one. Nature, Original Work, Paleontology, Prehistoric, Prehistory, Short Story Collection, T-Rex, Triassic, Wildlife, World Building. No notes again. Man, I'm so sorry, Zach. I have no notes. This just looks really freaking cool. Look at the you may also like. As far as covers go, I like his the best. Yep. I like this cover the best out of all of the you may also likes. I love this. This is great. Zachary Dow, you are a king, and I love the whole vibe of your book. Is that like 2 in a row that I haven't had a lot of notes on? Yeah, this is so cool. It's giving exactly what it needs to give. It's great. It's great. Sounds really cool. Oh, Kita's still here. Yeah, this looks really awesome. I like this. I love the summary because it seems like something that you would get it's just very professional sounding. It's very like official. I love it. You're lurking. Okay, yeah, I love it. Prehistoric wild. Jeez Louise. Prehistoric wild, life in the Mesozoic. Awesome. He might submit like an era, Cretaceous, for example, for a review. Do it. I can handle some nonfiction or historical fiction or whatever this is. Yeah, I love it. Love, love, love it. Perfect. Okay, let's go on to the next one. I have like 15 minutes left, so I may not get through all of these. Okay. Tailored to Love, New York City Elites #1. Okay, so this is going to be the part of a series. This is the cover we're looking at. Very, very AI. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking at their fingers because they always have the weirdest hands in AI. Look at the hand in the background here. 1, 2, 3. What's that? Something 1, 2, 3. That is technically 4 fingers. Looks really weird. This is very, very AI. However, for Wattpad, it is great. I think the guy's face looks off. Well, that's because it's like he has the what do they call it? Like the buccal fat removal, where that like just makes them look like they have like more cheekbones. I got some big old cheeks. I would like not do well with that surgery, and that's just very popular. Anyways, and look at that pompadour, nice and big. She has amazing hair. This is a Pantene Provine commercial. Okay, so I'm obviously you're getting steamy romance, tailored to love. Oh, is he a tailor? That would be so cute if it was tailored to love. Enemies to lovers. Love from Dell is the name of the author. Let's see. Do I have any notes on the cover? Nope. I don't have any notes on the cover. I think it gives exactly what it needs to. Beautiful people. And I mean, yeah. Tailored to love. I wonder if that should be bigger. The title to be bigger. I think it's great. And the background is you're getting the city in the background. The colors are very like the sepia tone type of, and the ultra glam stuff. I mean, it's giving Wattpad romance, which is exactly what it is. So that's great. Tailored to love. I'm excited to read if this is actually about like a tailor. So let's see. Let's see here. 35 minutes, ongoing, 7 parts. So pretty short chapters for 7 parts, 35 minutes. I'm bad. Mine's like 2 hours and I have like 5 parts. My chapters are a little bit too long. Okay, ongoing, mature. She was born to inherit an empire. He was born to destroy it. Enemies to lovers. There we go. Arya Sinclair has spent her life as the perfect daughter. Okay, M dash here, instead of just the hyphen, M dash space. Polished, obedient, a pawn in her father's empire. But when she learns he's selling her off like a business deal, she makes a move he never saw coming. She walks straight into the hands of the man who wants to watch her family burn. Damien Locke, well, let your family burn, dude. You can't let your dad sell you. This is 2025. Come on. Damien Locke, first of all, great name, is ruthless, untouchable. But before he built his empire, he was just a boy with everything. We need another M dash here instead of a hyphen. Until Leonard Sinclair took it all. Okay, gotcha. Ruined his father, destroyed his mother, left him with nothing but vengeance. Now, Arya Sinclair is standing in front of him, offering herself up like a pawn. She thinks she's using him to escape, but in reality, she just stepped into the cage with the devil. The plan is simple. I love the emojis. The plan is simple. Keep her close, use her, break her. But the more he pushes, the more she pushes back. And somewhere between sharp words and stolen glances, the game stops feeling like a game. Hate turns into heat. Lies start to feel like the truth. And the deeper they fall, the more brutal the betrayal will be. Because Damien never forgets, never forgives. And the moment Arya handed herself to him, she became the one thing he never expected, the only thing he can't destroy. And enemies to lovers romance filled with power, revenge, and slow burn so deadly it leaves scars. Oh, that's awesome. Author's note, a new beginning. I wrote 30 chapters of this book, then I scrapped it. Something wasn't right. The tension wasn't sharp enough. The stakes weren't high enough. And if I was going to tell Arya and Damon's story, I needed to do it right. So I unpublished everything and started over. Now, this is the version it was meant to be. Welcome to the rewrite. Let the games begin. XOXO, your chaos-loving perfectionist author. Oh my goodness. I love this summary. This is what I expect when I read a Wattpad romance, right? It's like, so grammatically and like the style is very much like I don't know if the way that I read it was the way that it was supposed to be read, but I'm pretty sure it was, where it's like you have a period where grammatically you wouldn't have a period, but your meaning is coming across, right? So when I'm reading this, I'm not caring about the grammar. I'm not caring about the rules. You're committing crimes, but I'm still for it. So I'm actually very into this summary. I think that it is fantastic. These kinds of stories are usually pretty predictable anyways. So what you're giving here is, a little bit giving away what's happening in the story. I don't think that that's a bad thing though. I'm so bummed I don't have like really any notes on this other than the M dash needed right here and right here. The emojis, like it's kind of like a book that doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's probably like a really cool read. This author is very good at, this is this is very intriguing. I have a feeling this is going to get lots of reads. I hope it gets lots of reads. In fact, just based off of this summary and the style of this book, it's very, very Wattpad perfect. Yeah. This is what you expect when you're like, oh, I read a Wattpad romance. You got your dark, angsty love interest. You got your daughter sold into marriage. Protagonist, which is, again, super, super common in Wattpad, and they're pretty fun to read. Probably pretty smutty based on the amount of flames I see. This is how I picture all stories written on Wattpad. This is a lot. That and like the werewolf stories and the vampire stories, it's a lot. But yes, this is what you. This is like a Wattpad romance masterclass right here, like the amateur perfection. But I bet you this is a total blast to read. So for me, I'm always going for entertainment. On my Wattpad books, if I was into smut, which unfortunately I'm not, this probably seems like something I would have a lot of fun reading. But just because it's like, it's just, again, it's exactly what you expect from a Wattpad romance, but in a great way. Like, I mean that as a compliment. I love the way the summary is written. I don't know. I don't really have anything negative. It is what it is supposed to be, and I like it. Tags are alpha male, angst, baddie, betrayal, billionaire, dark romance, drama, duel. I don't know what duel is. Because do you mean duel like D-U-E-L? Which like fighting? Duel or like two? Maybe it's supposed to be part of a duology? I don't know. Maybe get rid of duel because I don't think it makes sense. Dual POV. Thank you, Ellen. Okay. Then dual POV, that's the right duel. Elite, enemies to lovers, fashion designer, fashion mogul. Okay, so it is Taylor. Female boss, forbidden love, forced proximity, forgotten truce, high society, obsession, power couple, revenge, slow burn, soulmates, tension, Wattpad HQ. What's Wattpad HQ? I mean, obviously Wattpad headquarters, but I don't know. Is the author from Wattpad HQ? Well, I don't have any notes. Gotta go. Enjoy the rest of the stream. See you. Bye, Kita. Thank you so much for rating and thanks for watching. Yeah, I don't think that I have any good tags to add to this. Billionaire, dark romance. Billionaire is a really popular one. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have any good ones. So I'm going to move on. No problem. Cool concept for a stream. I like it. Thanks, Kita. Okay, next one. Autor, which means, I think, author in Portuguese. I think I looked it up. By Dante Noir. Oh, no. Okay. And then I can't read this one because I can't read it because it's too small and the font is the wrong color and style. And two, because I don't speak Portuguese. So, Dante Noir, you got an older gentleman who's ripped with the body of a 30-year-old, with the hair of a 50-year-old, with a healthy 50-year-old. That is a thick gray hair, looking very intense behind a full moon. I'm getting werewolf, perhaps. I don't know. But author, is it like what is that? That looks like that one actor. I don't know. But if somebody looked at me like that, I would feel really uncomfortable. It looks like my dad when he's pissed off. I can't really say anything. Oh, Autor, Dante Noir. Jason Momoa. No, that doesn't look like Jason Momoa. That's what I thought when I glanced over from doing the dishes. I don't know what this is. Okay, I think I'm going to have to blow through this because it is in a different language. Sorry, Dante. I am American and only speak English like a loser. So I don't have anything. Oh, okay, but I can read the tags. Alpha, gay fiction, gay love, LGBT, magic, male, mysteria, which I'm guessing means mysterious, romance, sexual, werewolf. Did I not say werewolf? Okay, I wasn't getting gay, but I should have. I should have known. No man that well groomed is straight. What do you call someone who speaks 3 languages? Trilingual. Yeah. I'm sure that's... Is that Wattpad? Hello! The Shadow Legion. Trilingual. Yes, this is Wattpad. Autor by Dante Noir. And by the way, Dante, you should probably get rid of the by Dante Noir. That's not necessary on Wattpad. It says who the author is. What do you call someone who speaks 1 language? American. Yeah. Absolutely. Sorry. I only speak 1 language. If I wanted. Thanks, Cherry. You waited for the punchline. I don't have any notes, Dante. Sorry, because I don't speak Portuguese. I'm guessing that this is Portuguese. Maybe. I'm not sure. But as far as the cover goes, you need to make the little notes up there bigger and in a different color so that we can read it, and probably a better font, because down here you have this beautiful Autor by Dante Noir, very cool on theme, and then this is like, looks like it was like pasted from a text box on Word. Thank you for following the Shadow Legion. Do I have a Wattpad book? Yes, I do. It is highly recommend. Yeah, it's a comedy, fantasy, romance. Heroine. Yeah, look her up. Look me up and definitely read my book. I don't have very many reads. Nobody likes it. It must not be very good. But my review book is going off the charts. Adventure, you think it's adventure? There's a lot going on. I think that's part of what's wrong with it, but I like it. It's what I would like to read. Okay, moving on. Let's see if I can get through these last 2 that I was going to try and do before I end here. The Bitter Scars. Okay, I cannot read a lot of this. Love fights but can't protect. Is that what that says? Okay, so is this Cillian Murphy's eye? First of all, I need to know. Inquiring minds are wondering. It looks like Cillian Murphy to me for some reason, and I love him. I really like the cover, as far as like it's giving like kind of thriller vibes. The color and the kind of like computery pixely thing that's going on, and then the woman in the eye is very cool. It does kind of look like Cillian Murphy, I bet you. The Bitter Scars, I would say where it says scars and when it like that black cursive-y writing, something needs to change about that. Either it needs to be bigger or it needs to be a different color because I cannot read it. And that's Cillian Murphy. Thank you, Cherry, for linking that for me. Okay, so the Bitter Scars, interesting. Those are my, I'm trying to blow through this because I gotta go. But this looks cool. 1 hour, 11 minutes, ongoing, 3 parts. Okay, so decent sized chapters. Oh, we got a nice short summary. Revant hides his pain behind his cheerful act, but when he discovers his quiet classmate Amritha is covered in scars, he can't ignore it. Determined to help, he dives into a world of abuse, secrets, and trafficking. Need an M dash. The hyphen needs to change it to an... Sorry, this... If you're just watching I've mentioned it on like 3 other words or 3 other summaries here. This needs to be an M dash. Risking everything. Another M dash we need here instead of a hyphen. His health, his past, and maybe even his future. Because sometimes love and protection can't coexist. And saving someone else might mean losing yourself or even saving yourself. Oh, this is going to be sad. And the tags are awareness, college, Indian, mystery, teen, thriller. Okay, this is, with what little is given here, this is actually pretty intriguing. I don't like to read sad stuff or dark stuff because I've had enough of that in my life. Don't need more. However, this is probably going to be pretty good. Finding, a girl is covered in scars and wanting to learn more. That is, the mystery is great. Thriller, teen, Indian, college, awareness. I would put abuse. I would put, oh gosh, the way more tags. We need way more tags here. Thriller, mystery, great. Let's look up, again, abuse should be on there. If there is any romance in here, it needs to be, if like, let's think about the plot points. Is he falling in love with this girl as like a victim? There should be victim, survivor. Look up stuff like that should be added to the tags here. Man, this is heavier than I was expecting to be for Wattpad. Yeah, you need more tags here. Okay, I'm going to try and move on to the next one so I will have time to actually get through all of these ones that I was going to try and get through. But those are my notes for that one. Looks sad, but looks probably good. Definitely needing M dash right in those two spots because it's not a hyphen. It's M dash. Okay. The Wattpad Scandal by Raina. Getting Asian man with blue eyes. I'm sure that is very uncommon. The Wattpad Scandal. Love me some meta stuff. I love talking about Wattpad in Wattpad books. I actually do that too. Because my main character is a book girl, so she reads Wattpad. I don't really have any notes on the cover. I think that it's fine. I'm guessing this is either the main character, but more likely the love interest. So thank you for following, by the way, Shadow Legion. Just saw that. Number 800 in Bully. Is that a genre? It's a tag. So, and Lotus Dye, welcome to the chat. So this is a tag. So people put different type. This is probably like Bully is a either like a romance subgenre or it is a wild card tag for this. But number 800, that's all the rankings, which means number 800, that's the most impressive ranking. I think that's when they're highlighted there. And Bully is a popular one. So let's see here. The Wattpad Scandal. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of notes here. Whatever here is on the side, I cannot read it. Nobody can read this. I don't care if you have a magnifying glass, you probably can't read that. So that should be bigger and somewhere else. I love subheadings. So if you need to rearrange this to include that subheading, if it is interesting and gives more about the story, like I have no idea what this is about. Scandal, Wattpad, I don't know. It's kind of intriguing title. And of course you have this guy with an incredible skin routine on the cover. But I would, whatever that subheading is, maybe make that a lot bigger and then not sideways and then probably a different font or color to make it so people can actually read it. So let's go on to see the rest here. Okay, 2 hours and 33 minutes, 20 parts. Oh, okay, so really short chapters. And a very short summary, it looks like. Okay, he trailed his fingers down my neck. Okay, so this is an excerpt as a summary, which I'm shocked that these don't come up more often. So let's see. He trailed his fingers down my neck, his lips brushing my ear as he whispered, "You're mine." I moaned. I bit my lip, my cheeks flushed, and as I typed the scene of my story, meta. Oh my gosh, if Krisha was here. Let's see here. This is from the author's POV. Interesting choice of words. My breath hitched, my fingers froze midair at that voice. I spun around to see none other than Park Jimin, my real life bully, leaning over my shoulder, devilishly smirking at my laptop screen. A bit shameless, don't you think? Fantasizing about me like this, Yona? He spoke, smirking at my frozen state. Oh my gosh, could you imagine how embarrassing that would be if you had a crush on your bully, first of all? That's, don't know how common that is. But if you had a crush on your bully and then they caught you writing fan fiction, like erotic fan fiction about them, that's bad. Let the record show that I beat Krisha, mainly because she didn't join this time. Yes, we're keeping track, don't worry. Okay. Yona hates Park Jin. She always has, but her Wattpad stories tell a different tale. One where he's pitting her against a wall, whispering things that make her knees weak, touching her, ruining her. She swore no one would ever find out, but when Jimin himself discovers her secret, he doesn't laugh. Be mine or I'll expose your secret. So her fantasy is coming to life. She stared at him wide-eyed. He leans in and smirks. Let's see what's better, your fantasy or me rewriting them. Park Jimin isn't just the most popular guy on campus. He's her bully. Okay, first of all, These Wattpad stories always paint bullies like they're popular people. I feel like if I met, and I grew up in a small school where I did not see like actual bullies. There was like idiots who acted obnoxious, but they weren't like, I never saw like a traditional bully in my life. The only bully I can think of was my older sister, and she was a bully to me and anybody she didn't like. She's my best friend. But anyways, like, I don't, maybe because I didn't experience like bullying in real life when I was a kid. I mean, I had headgear, so like I had people make fun of me with headgear, but I never actually like witnessed the traditional bullying. Is that real? Or is it just Wattpad and like Disney Channel? I don't know. Anyways, Park Jimin isn't just the most popular guy on campus. He's her bully, her tormentor, her worst nightmare, a cocky bastard. At least that's what she thought. And this time, she's the one being written into a story, one she might never escape. How far will he go to get his revenge? Okay, so I think we need to get rid of that question mark in the middle. From the storyline to dialogues, everything in this book is entirely my own creation. Book cover, me, myself, and I. Do not copy or reuse. This story contains mature themes, explicit language, bullying elements, and steamy scenes. Reader discretion is advised. Ill net behavior must be enabled somehow. I just like... What the heck? This... Okay, so... Other than... This looks like really interesting. I would be mortified. I mean, this is again another perfect example of Wattpad. What a cool concept. And I bet you it's really, really steamy. I like the summary. This one would not be something that I would read, but I can see a bunch of other people reading this. So the tags are bad boy, BTS fanfic. Okay, so I'm guessing that Park Jimin guy is a dude in real life. BTS Jimin, bully, and I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, sorry. College romance, college stories, drama, enemies to lovers, Hoseok, Jimin, Jimin FF, Jimin X Reader, Jungkook, K-pop fanfic, love, name June, Park Jimin, romance, rom-com, Seok, Jin, Suga, Taehyung. Okay, what's another tag for when it's like... So it's him and X Reader, but should X Reader be a tag on its own where it's like with the reader? The grammar in the summary makes me flinch. Don't worry about it. It's a fanfic about a bully. I'm not expecting a lot about... I'm not expecting a lot from the grammar. I'm expecting a lot from like the actual content. I'm expecting a lot of like, oh... Sorry, I always like lean down to like get closer to the microphone. I really don't need to. I can like have my normal posture. I feel like there needs to be, what is that? Is it just, I think it's just X Reader. Add that tag. X Reader needs to be the tag because I think people like that. I've again never read it. So I don't think I'm the target audience here, on top of not knowing anything about BTS or who Park Jimin is. But this is pretty neat. No, I don't really have a lot of notes here. So I think I'm all done with my reviews, and it's perfect timing because I have to go. But those are my reviews. I'll post to YouTube, anybody who's missing it. And thanks for joining me today. What a fun, I'm excited I got through all of them. But yeah, anyways, goodbye everyone. Thanks for coming. I gotta go. Sorry to end so abruptly. This was fun. I'm glad. It was a mess like always, but maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, gotta go. Love you all. Mwah, mwah. Bye.